Well, 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 well. Isn't it delightful? Oh dear. Brexit is biting car manufacturers in the ass again. What a delightful turn of events. Not because people are going to lose their jobs, most certainly not. But it is a bit of, how to put it, shooting for order, you know. I told you so. Maybe. Well, Stellantis, the mighty maker of Vauxhall, Peugeot, Citroen and Fiat, well, they hit a bit of a snag. You could call it a Brexit snag if you like. You see, they made this grand commitment, they did, to produce electric cars, electric vehicles in the United Kingdom. But now they're saying, oops, sorry, Brexit rules and all that have got in the way. But us, who are on the right side of common sense, we warned you. That we did. We said Brexit would do this. And it has. And it's not going to be the first Stellantis. No. Honda, well, they've already said they're buggering off. Oh, dear. Car parts manufacturers across the United Kingdom have already shipped out. So how the hell are we going to, well, maintain the rules of origin? Yes. The Trade and Cooperation Agreement. Oh, dear. It's biting everyone in the derriere. Now, just 2 years ago, Stellantis was saying, well, they were singing in a different tune. My friends, they were, They were all like, oh, hey, don't worry. Our Ellesmere and Port and Luton plants were safe and sound. Oh, dear, they lied. Yeah, they said that the future was bright. Yeah, they lied again. Oh, dear. But now, well, suddenly they're waving the white flag. And begging the UK government to renegotiate the Brexit deal. Now, I don't like to gloat on this because this is people's jobs. You know, people's families are being, well, they're going to be undermined. They're potentially going to lose their jobs. It's quite sad, really. So, gloating to one side. Please forgive me, but I can't help it. Because I said it. And so did many others. We said it. We warned you again and again and again. But what did you do? You put the cross in the wrong box. You pretty much pulled the rug out from underneath yourselves. How foolish you must feel. Maybe. Or are you, well, the ilk that still maintain dislike Anne Widdecombe and Nigel Farage, who recently said, oh, Brexit is a failure. And Anne Widdecombe said, she said, oh, it's not that our Brexit is a failure, it's how we implemented Brexit is a failure. That's what she said. Oh dear. Oh, it's painful, you know. It really is. Well, Stellantis wants the UK to renegotiate the deal. They talk about a change of heart. But here's the thing, Well, there are two parties in every deal, or more in some cases. In this case, it's just the UK and the European Union. But what does the EU get out of renegotiating the deal? Yeah? There's no Northern Ireland protocol, no kerfuddle, no. So why would they give the UK anything? I just don't see it. The UK wants, but the EU don't need. They'd be quite happy for Stellantis to set up in the European Union instead of the UK and secure, well, the futures of many workers in the EU. Makes blooming sense for them, doesn't it? Now, according to Stellantis, the strict terms of the post-Brexit free trade deal are posing a threat to their precious export business and the sustainability of their UK manufacturing operations. Oh, really? So let me get this straight. You make this big investment based on a trade deal, and now you're crying foul? Because you just, well, can't meet the rules. Well, did you have your heads in the sand, Stellantis? It's not as though you didn't have economists telling you that we're going to have to give up our motor manufacturing industries in the United Kingdom. Is it? Tory economists, that is. Numpties, you could say. Well, the rules of origin spring to mind somewhat. So no wonder it's not viable anymore to have car manufacturing in the United Kingdom if you want to export to the EU. Now these rules of origin state, especially from next year, that 45% of the value of the electric car should originate in the United Kingdom or the European Union. But it's not as simple as that, no. To qualify, without tariffs, in the EU, for instance, if you're sourcing parts and what have you, you've still got to prove that those parts originated in the EU, and then you've got to try and claim it back. Well, that's more red tape, and red tape costs money, doesn't it? We've learned that much, I'm sure. So where was flippin' Stellantis, Vauxhall and all that? Why the fuck didn't they come to the rescue and tell us how it was going to be? But no, they just followed the Tory post-Brexit line. We had David Davis. He told us that the German car manufacturers were going to come and save us, but they didn't. He lied. It's either that or he's a flipping idiot. Oh my giddy aunt, the wind's getting up. Well, and then there was the crony Brexiter. He even warned us. The irony in it is just, unbelievable, really. Patrick Minford. He said we were going to have to give up the car manufacturing industry just like we did the coal industry. He offered his unsolicited wisdom, didn't he? Whoop-de-woo. According to him, the UK should, just sacrifice the car industry. Was he out of his flippin' mind? Huh? Just going to give it all up? We're talking about thousands of jobs here. People's livelihoods, families are all going to be hit by this. And then, economic growth. What economic growth, quite frankly? The UK's flat on its face. There is no economic growth. So the future of UK's car manufacturing sector is pretty much, buggered. So let's just chuck it away, shall we? All for the sake of some reckless political experiment. Brexit, that thing where back in 2016 a whole load of numpties put that cross in the wrong box. Blonkers, you could say, yeah. I can't help but find this whole situation both infuriating and hideous and somewhat hilarious in some ways, yeah. It's like a tragicomedy, of errors. Now, Stellantis, you made a commitment, you did, that you were going to stay in the UK and you're going to invest in the UK, but now you're whining. Yet back then you said nothing. Jaguar, no, they had something to say. There was a select committee meeting and they said, it's going to make things very difficult. They did, yeah. And BMW the same, very difficult. They made it quite clear that the BMW Mini, the parts, like for instance the cylinder head, crossed the channel about 6 times before it ended up in the flipping car. Needless to say, that can't happen anymore. No wonder they're shipping out as well. Well, maybe Stellantis is holding out for a bung, just like Nissan got because of Brexit. And Theresa May making promises. I wonder what the score is there. We never did find out exactly how much money that was, did we? Now, I'm sorry if I sound a little bit angry, but I am. This is just another example of, sheer incompetence, stupidity, disregard for reality and people's jobs that is defined, by Brexit. Brexit is just moronic. It's a never-ending cycle of broken promises, economic uncertainty, disaster, you could say, utter chaos. And who suffers the most? Hard-working British people. They're left to pick up the pieces while the politicians and big corporations play their games. Yeah. Oh, I forgot. You probably voted for it. Up there in Sunderland, for instance. Brexit. It just wasn't the Brexit, you said. How do you feel about it now? The car industry in the United Kingdom is leaving the United Kingdom. Unbelievable. Now I wonder, what car manufacturer is next to fall on that Brexit sword, quite frankly? What do you reckon? Who's next? Leave it in the comments down below, because quite frankly, I've had enough of it. I've had an absolute enough of it. Yeah. For what? For the likes of the idiots who are now saying it's a disaster, such as Nigel Farage and his ilk. Like I said the other day, he said that, well, Brexit has failed. And he kind of blamed the Tory party, blamed this and blamed that. Just like Anne Widdecombe and her bucks and buxes and bosoms. Ugh. Or was it just lard? Probably the latter. But anyway, they all kind of say, well, not kind of say, they said, it's not because Brexit is a failure. It's how we've implemented Brexit is a failure. Oh my giddy aunt, whatever next. And whatever will be the next excuse to try and justify why Brexit is a disaster. That's exactly what it is. Anyway, it's been windy today, isn't it? Yeah, at least the sun's out, I suppose that to it. Yeah, anyway, I managed to cut the grass on our field here, which, well, I say cut the grass, I've started cutting the grass, because we've got new blades machine, you see. Because we've been planting trees here in France. You might know already, because I kind of mentioned it quite a bit, as you do. I certainly do. As you say, oh, Nico de Schmidt's trees over here. Oh, look, there's Nico de Schmidt's tree. Nico de Schmidt and various others, and Loretta and Michael's tree over there. And we've got Anne Hayes and Joe Hayes' tree over there. And Edward Van Raalt's tree over there. I've got loads of them. Signs everywhere. Signs over there and signs over there. Gladys over there. And who's this one? Oh, Loretta and Michael over here. Oh, there's signs everywhere. Yeah, signs and tags. Anyway, if you want to be part of our tree planting exercise here in France, planting 1,000 trees on 2 hectares of land. It might actually be more than 1,000 trees looking at it. And yeah, there's a GoFundMe link down below. So if you want to buy a tree, we'll put a tree in the ground on your behalf, and we'll put a sign with that tree with your name on, or it could be in memory of somebody. We're also making bat boxes, bird houses, etc, etc, and hedgehog houses. It's quite a nice project, to be fair. Anyway, the links are down below. And if you want to support the channel, you can do it on Patreon or buy us a coffee. And like I say, the links are down below as well. Anyway, I think it's time for me to go and maybe get out of this wind, you know. I'll get the wrecked nipples. They're cold. Ta-ta!